Hello, and welcome to BioEnergetics and the possible enlightenment of Earth. Now, this is a complex systems coming together, and also a lot to do with your best life, the best life of our entire planet, and where we are currently on this planet. Now, this is of course April 30th of 2021, and as a society, we've all experienced the breakdown of our whole planetary systems of human endeavor. We've experienced in this past year, right now there's an amazing medical breakdown in India, which historically has been known for a lot of Indian medicine, for a lot of natural healing for thousands of years. But we have a huge breakdown in that. When you look at our species as our common humanity, or our spiritual independence as limitless beings going throughout a cosmos on this planet, you look at systems of organization and of fluidity and smoothness and balance. Ultimately, Siddhartha Gautama Buddha realized balance is the key to enlightenment. If we look at the Tao, we have a balance of the yin and the yang, the light and the dark, the wet and the dry, the hard and the soft. This balance of systems, this balance has been lost across the planet. We've had millions of people die. We've had production losses. If it had gone much further, we had strife in our country, wherein the stresses, even if you look from a psychological perspective, the mental stresses and also the gaslighting of saying that the election was falsely won, when all the valid information says that everything was of the highest integrity that we've had in our elections. You look at many breakdowns. Now, see, if you look at Germany during World War II, or actually World War I, we look at the breakdowns which happened of the systems in Europe, and we have this light coming through, which may not be perfect, but this is a good symbolism for the coming enlightenment, the possible coming enlightenment for Earth. It is possible that we could evolve with bioenergetics. Now, bioenergetics is basically, if you look at it, it's like from the electrical energy of your physical body, which when you do bodies of light, you're opening up over 44,000 doors of energy within yourself, which is bring fluidity, balance to this system. And of course, welcome with us. And I want you, Cynthia's coming, but she's going to be showing you really quickly a very simple method of bioenergetics. I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to do it with her, which is just the strong and the weak, which is we're going to show you some basics of bioenergetics, because everything starts at the basic. And I'm going to turn this around and I'm going to show you this right now, so you understand where we're talking about bioenergetics of your body, of how thought affects these bioenergetics, chemical imbalances affect these bioenergetics, right? So, but when you do bodies of light, when you're saying like the light of the universe above, down, inside, out, through every cell, traveling from my brain through my forehead and throat, from a quantum field perspective, you're opening up these doorways within yourself. And you're bringing fluidity, balance, flow, like from acupuncture, which is thousands of years old. You were opening up these acupuncture points throughout the body so that the energy can flow. Now, this bioenergetics goes way, way further than that. It starts with the simplicity of flow, right? And I'm going to turn this around. Stay right there. Stay right where you are. And I'm going to turn it around so we can teach them this. And so we're going to bring this up. And then there we go. Hey, and so I'm going to come in with you right now, and we're going to show them Hopefully this is good. So we're going to show them strong and weak. Hold that there. I'm going to make sure, hold that strong. So, there we go.
Yay!
So now, everything's divinely perfect. So now, in bioenergetics, repeat after me. What's good for me?
What's good for me?
Makes me stronger.
Makes me stronger.
What's bad for me?
What's bad for me?
Makes me weaker.
Makes me weaker.
Now, this is the basis of all bioenergetics, right? Bio, life form. You know what? And now hold this up. So we're gonna hold this strong. Hold this strong, right? Now hold this. Hold strong. Oh, we'll do this then. Okay, we'll trade. Hold this here. Hold. Hold now. Say, I love me. I love me. I love me.
I love me. I love me. I love me. I love me. I
Now
love me.
that's very strong. So when I'm feeling this strong. She's saying
I love me. I love me. I love me. I love me.
Now say, I hate me.
I hate me.
Hate me.
Oh.
Measly weaker.
So
now, and this is look. Notice the silver. This is actually part of what we learned with bioenergetics and the energy. Well, maybe in another video we'll explain that. So, like,
protection of silver.
Subscribe. For thousands of years, they've talked about silver with, you know, protecting its dark energy or vampires or what have you. But there really is. We're going to have a future video with silver, with the nature of the bioenergetic nature of silver. So you have to like, subscribe in order to get that in the future. This is going to change your life, protect your energy, help you with your health, but you're not going to get that if you're not liked and subscribed. So now, so notice, so she says, I love me. Say, I love me.
I love me.
Strong. And then, I hate me.
I hate
and a weak. Now you can try
I'm not
this.
doing that.
Right, you can try this at home. Hold your hands like this. And then hold them together. Hopefully you've already done bodies of light in another video, which is going to supercharge your energy.
It helps to say bodies of light.
You have to, because if your energy is a zero, this won't work. But
right.
Go back to another video on the bodiesoflight.net or on the Bodies of Light website on YouTube. And go through the whole thing, say bodies of light, you know, you're moving it around, whether it's the universe, God, Buddha, Jesus, whatever edition you want to do. And you're gonna feel tingly, and then do this, okay? So you come back to this if you do this. Now hold this and say, I love me, I love me, I love me.
I love me, I love me, I love me.
I love me, I love me.
I love me, I love me, I love me.
And then I hate me.
I hate me. I hate me.
So it's harder to move when you say I hate me, okay? So we're gonna do yes and no. This is also a testing on bioenergetics, right? You have to have your energy strong to do this. Now go, yes, yes, yes.
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 Yes, yes,
and
yes.
Then, no. They immediately get sticky. So you have this internal lie detector also. It's another video. Like, subscribe. You're not, the Lie Truth Revealed internal lie detector. You're not going to know this unless you join.
There's lots of amazing information.
Right, there's a lot. And so you have to become part of this group and tell others and share this information in order for it to get out there. Because we also have the karma of, I have to give before I receive, really is no other way. You're going to get the life that you want everyone else to live.
Okay, say that again, because this is very important.
You're going to get the life you want everyone else to live. So, very simply, I want everyone to have their best life.
24 hours a day.
24 hours a
7
day.
days a week.
Right. So the intention is, again, I want everyone to have their best life. So say it. I want everyone to have their best life.
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 Okay, so you understand that that's
just quickly, watch what you say. Because what you say and think against others is actually a blessing on yourself. So make sure it's where you want to be and where you want to go.
Right, and so this whole, we've come through and understood, you know, race and discrimination and this, but you understand in the very simple nature, we've been, once you remember past lives, you've been many races, many species, you've been on this planet, other planets, you know, again, talk about before Earth technology, we're going to be talking about your past lives before Earth. Like, subscribe. That's the only way you're going to get this future information. I mean, and this all comes together with what we're talking about now, which is bioenergetics and the possible enlightenment of Earth, which means we are possible, but we are not probable. So right now, we've literally had the disconnected nature of Earth. We've had breakdowns in major systems across the planet.
That's true.
And it can get way worse or it can get way better. Now, from you doing bodies of light, right? You doing bodies of light can change everything. So your energy, okay, the systems, how our bioenergy, your quantum field generator, your energy from within your own pentala yid, your little light inside, like they would say in Sunday school, right? That your inner light can change the world.
Yes, but you see now, I hope, how it's all on you. That you have to change you first. You've heard this before through many different modalities. And here's proof that you have to change you first, inside, before you see a change outside. So if you want anything different outside, change inside first. Say bodies of light, charge up, and do testing, which is this, which we just showed you.
Right, so now, yeah, and you're going to get more bioenergetic testing later. Like, subscribe. Now, I know I'm telling you about future stuff, but we're coming back to the possible enlightenment of Earth. Now, it comes back to this, okay? What makes you stronger is good. So, whatever is good makes me stronger.
Right.
Say it.
Whatever is good makes me stronger.
Whatever is bad for me makes me weaker.
Whatever is bad for me makes me weaker.
So now...
So it's all about you. It's not about like everyone else. It's about making me better first.
So bioenergetic is your electrical system of your body. So you can feel it. You can feel when you have a positive thought and when you get stronger. You can feel when you eat some junk food and you feel tired or weak in your body.
Right.
Now this whole system goes way further than your body. It goes with the integrated systems of the planet Earth.
Right.
And where how all these systems, which we found in this past year, have broken down. Now, you understand it's darkest before the dawn. So the breakdown of systems can open us as a common society to evolve to greater heights, to understanding the interdependent nature of all living things, of the entire biosphere of this planet.
Exactly. We're all connected. You've heard that.
Right, so we noticed during this past pandemic that when they shut down certain factories, that nature just boomed.
And you noticed that too. You've heard reports of that from all over the planet.
The air was cleaner. Things we experienced for a brief moment, for a number of months, things getting, from a natural perspective, getting a bit better. But what we have to understand is that we're all in it to win it. We're all in it together. Right? From the smallest bacteria, right? To the smallest single cell, to the algae, up to the largest, from the air that we all breathe.
True.
Right? So now so basically that strong and weak, okay, we're gonna be talking about your bioenergy, your bioenergetics. So what made you stronger? Right? When you said that. So when you said, I love me, I love me, I love me, say it.
I love me, I love me, I love me.
So that's like your whole electrical system being stronger. And then you say, I hate me, I hate me.
I hate me, I hate me.
And then it goes weaker. Now, we even in classes, we would have 5 people, okay, in a row. And we would whisper and have this person on this side think, I hate me. And then from 5 people down, the person on the 5th side will be weak.
Right.
And we would teach that in classes, of course. You know, when you come to our classes, we used to do cruises,
come join
events.
Us. We have lots of fun.
Get in touch. Right now we're doing a lot of online and we're doing a lot of over the phone classes with people, and we're planning on doing a big center in for Lightworkers International in Colorado, which we need your help. We would like you to be part of it. We'd like you to donate money. It's going to be a Lightworkers International church. We plan on doing a lot in Colorado, and we're in Florida currently. But we're getting into systems. We're getting into, right now, the turning point of where we can go as a species, where we can go as our common limitless perspective of where we as common humanity can take things for the better. And so
if you've been asking, how can I make my life better? How can I make my health better? How can I make my kids better? This is the answer right here, delivered to your living room.
Right. And so actually I'm going to come, since the lighting is this way, you know, and I'm not going to go against the lighting. I'm gonna sit down. Let me turn this here, and we're gonna do it from this perspective. Okay, so just sit right there, and so we can talk. Oh no, okay. So you can be right here, and just you look at it, and I'm gonna be. Well, okay, so.
I'm so glad you joined us today. This is so fun.
Okay, so be here, turn the way you need to turn, whatever you think. And so let's see. So we got.
Yay! Oh, the sun is beautiful.
Now.
The sun is a good.
Okay, so here's the whole thing. We have experienced the beginning, only the very beginning of what happens when we have the breakdown of systems.
Who's we?
All of us on this planet.
Okay. That's true. It's almost like Mother Nature said, you're destroying your home, which is your planet, and I'm sending you all to your rooms until you figure out how to do this a different way.
So if you look, there was a lot of miscommunication in the governments around the world. There was a lot of the communication between science and political measures. We had a breakdown even in the communication. You know, we dropped out of the World Health Organization before we came back, of course. And I don't want to be political here, but I want to just say that bioenergetically, that the light brings us together, that love brings us together, and that it is the darkness, it is the hate, the fear, the suffering, the grief, regret, the suspicion, the anger which disconnects us. When you're connected to the light, when you're connected to the bioenergy of the sun, you feel at one with the universe. When you're out in the forest and you're walking and you're forest bathing, you know, with all that life force, you love the plants and the animals, and you just love the little chipmunk, and you just feel at one with the universe. Now, when we feel alone, when we feel disconnected, when we feel sad, when we have suffering, that's the dark energy. Now, all dark energy is it's a lack of flow, a lack of bioenergy flowing through you.
That's simple, right?
Yeah. And so you're like a flower. And so when you shut off.
Oh, do the stress driving in traffic.
Yeah, so like if you're driving in traffic for a few hours, you're like, oh, stressed out. So you're shutting off your own energy field. Okay? So now when you let go, when you do meditation and exercises, and there's a million ways to open it up, of course, Bodies of Light opens up those 44,000 doors of energy in under 13 minutes. So it doesn't take weeks or months, but you can do it in under 13 minutes, and go to bodiesoflight.net and do it. Now, the thing is this, is that open flow of energy works, these are systems. Right? So it's just interrelationship. So when we're loving each other and communicating as friends, that's the same as countries communicating, or people, or groups, or the government and the people. See, we had breakdowns in many areas where dark energy, which is all the dark energy was groups not communicating, upset at each other, blaming, shaming. See, the easy flow of communication and energy is what keeps those systems in balance. And now we need to understand that understanding bioenergy and systems and flows of energy and balance is the only way that our planet is going to evolve to that new enlightenment of Earth. And see, we understand the breakdown in what's happened. In that our whole society had breakdowns because what happened is different areas have gotten so like microscope looking, you know, have gotten so separated. Like, you know, I'm only the specialist of like the brain surgery or biochemistry of this little bit of the mind, or I'm a specialist with this little bit of your skin, or I'm a specialist of this piece of political philosophy, or this group or that group.
Right.
But understand that it's systems. It's a flow of balance of systems, which is going to take our entire planet to higher and better form. In those countries, we just saw Biden's a couple days ago, his speech, you know, and they're talking about, like, if you look at the systems of health in the United States, we had a big breakdown. We have, you know, people who don't have insurance or who can't, you know, go get a vaccine or go get a regular checkup, you know, for like a cold, and, you know, and take an antibiotic, and then they wonder why then they die of COVID, where maybe if they had that antibiotic for, you know, even though it's a virus, their lungs filled up with fluid or bacteria or an anti-inflammatory. So like they didn't go in for their regular checkup like they would have in Canada. And then you have people just, they die.
Yeah. In Canada, we go to the doctor if we have a sniffle. We don't wait till our arm falls off.
Right, and so what it is that we're a very industrialized nation. And so you have parts of our country, and even the high copays, you know, for all the basic health, there should be no copay. There should be, you know, if you're an American citizen, just all the basic health things, should be included, and that would help all of us be more productive. Remember, understand, we got to look at systems. We can't be selfish. The nature of dark energy and hate and suffering is I'm out for me and screw you. But once you understand,
I think we've had enough of that on this planet.
yeah,
It's time to come together.
yeah, it's time to love each other, but to do it in an understandable, a conscious, a smart way. So if you look at the 5 people that could be connected that we would show you,
Right.
that this person could have a negative thought, and then 5 people down can get weaker. See, in our next quantum age of understanding for this planet, we have to understand that when one group is stressed out, mentally, physically, chemically, in any way, that it literally can lower the viability and the life force and the happiness of your group. You can be in the super wealthy neighborhood, and then the one that's a few down that has lead in their water and that's stressed out and has high crime, that energy can affect you. See, that's the next great leap for mankind, is understanding that we're on one biosphere, we're on one planet. And that, if I'm in a factory in Africa or China or another part, in any area, and we're in a factory has no rules for polluting. You understand that goes in the river goes in the ocean, and those toxins, right, get into the fish. You eat the fish. You understand we're one biosphere on this planet, right?
Yes. It's interesting that people are just coming to realize that you can't pollute one side of the planet without feeling the effect on the other side of the planet. You can't be at hate and at war on one side of the planet without feeling the effect on the other side of the planet. That's what I loved about the hippie days. I remember reading that there was so much love and everyone was having a wonderful time and the planet was in a better place because we need to share more love, starting with you. I love me, I love me, I love me.
Right, and so we're coming back to the possibility of where we could go as a planet.
Yes. Right?
The possibility of that enlightenment for all of Earth. Now, that enlightenment for all of Earth can have real consequences. I mean, if you look and you understand, we have to stop from being, only a specialist of my little area, where I only care about, this little piece of a tooth because I'm a specialist of this special oral surgery and I don't care about anything else, right? We have to understand that as a society, we can't just leave it on a few specialists. That we're all part of this humanity of all, and actually humanity is part of all life on Earth. Now, if and only if we can as a species evolve into bioenergetics, into understanding that everything is interrelated. Now, when we look at like this space race and the idea of going to Mars, going to have a base on the moon, see, they start understanding that everything is interrelated. Like if you're on the moon and you have to take your own oxygen, your food, and your water, that now everything relates. But see, we're at that on this planet though, and we're at a tipping point of whether we're gonna completely toxify, have war, have strife, have bad food, bad air, to where things devolve. Because if we had continued down this path of where we started just now, if it had just continued for years or decades more, we could have devolved the entire human race to back to the Stone Age. But Stone Age is completely toxic and in very bad shape.
So we have a simple step forward for you and for the planet. And that is to say bodies of light, to raise your vibration, and to learn testing.
Right, and now the testing is in that, do what's good for you. So you're gonna see in future videos, see what makes you stronger is like eating good food, drinking good water, having good thoughts towards yourself and others. So it's like, repeat after me, I love me.
I love me.
I love you.
I love you.
I love everything.
I love everything.
I love me.
I love me.
I love you.
I love you.
I love everything.
I love everything.
So that's opening up love around you, which we'll have another video which will go in that even more deeply. But again, the enlightenment of Earth, the possible enlightenment from Earth, I want to get the idea of why it's so important for you to be on the path into the light, which I also consider the yellow brick road of your best life. Right? And there is no shame or blame. The second you blame someone or shame someone or don't take responsibility, you as a spiritual being, as a limitless being of light, lose your power. Just like when she said, I hate me, right? The second you start hating yourself or anyone else, your energy will go down and you'll start down a dwindling spiral. And a lot of people are already on this, down a dwindling spiral of suffering, making the wrong decisions, hurting yourself, hurting others, messing up systems of your family, your friends.
It just gets worse and then it gets worse and then it gets worse. Unless you turn yourself around.
Right, and so sometimes people have to hit bottom. Now, we as a society, we as humanity, our common humanity, have hit a bottom point. Yes. And we're starting to bounce off of that. Now, the question is,
are you joining us?
Are you going to join us on an ascension? On you changing your energy, bringing in the light, right? On saying bodies of light at least 3 times a day, doing that challenge, and understand that you are what we've been waiting for. You are the one that we've been waiting for to ignite your inner light, to ignite that light, that passion, that love. And you understand that you can have knowledge, but if you're hating and angry and suffering and just letting in that sunlight, you understand that people have been stuck inside. Hopefully during the summer, they're ending a lot of these things, and we're in the July 4th, which is in America, the United States, is our Independence Day. We're going to understand that our independence is one of interrelatedness, of loving things, of plugging into the light. You become free when you let in the light, which is the light from the sun, the interconnected bioenergetic framework of all living things on this planet are connected to it. Now, I want to bring up Elon Musk and Tesla. Now, Elon Musk, he was a computer programmer who took his money and saw the planet, saw that we were polluting the planet, and decided, you know what? I think electric cars would make a big difference. Now that comes from a few viewpoints here. You have someone who was in computer programming who looked at the entire world and decided to bring something, these electric cars, and overcome the obstacles to create more of a balance. He's a smart guy. But see, we all have that potential to look globally, to look at how what we do can affect the entire planet.
Isn't that exciting?
And this can go from many fields, not just, an electric car or some batteries or a solar roof. You could be a biochemist. You could be working for a pharmaceutical company, right? And so if you did bodies of light and you started understanding, even from the basis of strong and weak, you could be working for a pharmaceutical line and learning about cell lines. And literally at a cellular level, they're checking pharmaceuticals, let's say antibacterials, right? And they're checking all these natural things that they could synthesize from millions and billions of products around the planet. You could be in charge of looking at like all the little bee or the bug venom or the sap coming off of a tree, or we could be researching and finding things that could bring balance to our planet and health to its citizens. And you understand, when we're all healthier, we all work better, you notice, and then things can evolve to higher heights, right? So let's say someone's doing those cell lines, and then he's testing each one, and then you find out the 3 or 4 in order to do your research studies.
Right. Instead of spending years researching each one, you could start by testing which are the 3 or 4 most viable, and do your research there.
So it could take hundreds of years to evolve. We could compress hundreds of years of getting it wrong, of screwing up, of accidents, of creating, let's say another area, let's say a pesticide, right? There's a lot of natural things. Remember those little tablets, those little boric acid tablets that they put out there that the roaches eat, and then all of a sudden there's no roaches, right? So that's just like a boric acid thing, right? But there's products and things that could be tested that could balance out, it could be less toxic. See, there's things that we're using in our environment that are super deadly for your body.
Right.
And the problem is that once it goes to a global scale, that we're polluting the waters and the air and the air that we all breathe, the water, the food supply. You know, I'm gonna back up to Fukushima. This may not be very politically correct, but
okay, so tell them who I am.
oh, Cynthia's one of the top 20 ranked psychics in the world.
Yes.
And when Fukushima first happened, what did you say? I
said, this planet is over.
Yeah. And so you understand that a lot of these things that I just recently saw, they last 123 years in the environment. They create a lot of genetic damage.
Right.
You know, think of it this way. Did you know that with bioenergetic testing, we could possibly, and now I'm going to back up. Some of this is from before Earth technology. Now, I just threw in a whole nother wrench into your thought processes here. But before Earth technology, people do bodies of light. They start resolving this life psychic scars. And then all of a sudden you start remembering past lives. If you work with light, love, and forgiveness enough, you'll start remembering lifetimes on other planets which were over 100 lifetimes ago and more. Now, some of these planets had very advanced civilizations wherein things like algae were genetically altered. You know, and see, GMO isn't always bad. If you do bioenergetic testing to create balance in the environment, you could be checking all these strands of algae or genetically modifying and find some that you can have that could eat up the radiation. You might even be able to release them around Fukushima and eat up that radiation in a year. You could probably even pour the algae in all the vats of radioactive material and eat up all the radiation before you released it into the ocean. See, you understand, rather than destroying...
So I just want to do that food chain again. So Fukushima plus so many other parts on the planet are leaking radiation and toxins into the water.
And not just radiation, of course. We have a lot of chemicals from old industrial processes. Right?
Toxins,
So industrial processes from China, from Africa, areas where they aren't really regulating them.
Any country that's dumping garbage into the ocean. And so it's become like a little hotbed of bad. And now the fish are eating that. And you're eating the fish. The water from the ocean is evaporating, creating clouds, spreading across the lands, and raining this radiation and toxins down.
I don't think we're gonna. I know, but I really don't want to let people know too much about this until we've sold, and that we're gonna go to Colorado and create a Lightworkers International, and we're gonna let you know more about the systems of what we're doing to the planet. Because I don't. You know, you need to start with the basics. Okay.
Oh, the basics are, so here's a little piece of your homework, is to find someone and do this. This muscle
and have them say, I love me, and I hate me, and feel the difference of their strength.
And you'll be amazed.
And understand that mentally, your thoughts can change the world. Your love or your hate can change the world. But also, we have systems that are all interrelated, not just the virus, but our water, our air. So you understand that whether you believe in global warming or not, we can agree that fossil fuels, if you drink, gasoline byproducts, it's not going to be good for your health. Or if you're breathing carbon monoxide or toxic chemicals from the air that's full of that, it's not great for your health. So, so let's just get off of the idea that, whether it's global warming or not, we want to all be able to drink the water, eat the food, breathe the air.
Yes.
So we know that we have to evolve into cleaner technology. And so we could do this as if we allow bioenergetics. You understand that bioenergetics and bodies of light, it's the synthesis of physical and spiritual balance. You understand? These are quantum field generators. We have to spiritually, we need to have a synthesis of thought. We need to have scientists in their research area to have violins playing and meditation and good healthy foods and just like as if you were on a Mars colony. We need to understand that everything relates. Every chemical, how the cleanliness of your water, those countries, those parts of the world that are going to understand that don't need to be separate ideas, but that we need to understand the synthesis of thought. Just like Elon Musk took something he wanted to do for the planet, brought it together to a new level. There's many areas. There's health, there's pharmaceuticals, there's mind body, there's so many chemicals. There are pharmaceutical companies that can find natural products around the planet with bioenergetics and help people's mental state. There's a lot of old chemicals, old ways of doing things that if we don't evolve into the new way, we're going to devolve as a society. We need to have more intelligent, more clear thinking, more happy, more integrated, more alive societies. We don't need to all be sick and dying and feeling horrible.
And clamped down and not joyous.
And unhappy and angry and blamey and shamey. You understand that the path into light is one of light, love, and forgiveness.
Light, love, and forgiveness.
That's the simplicity of it. But I want to encourage you to, we're at 90%. I just tested that, by the way, what percent we were at on this video. So you understand, there's a lot here for you to learn. Like, subscribe, comment. You may think I'm crazy, and that's fine. But if you listen to Elon Musk, he kind of talks a little bit like me. He's channeling. This guy, he's like, you can see how he kind of and he's getting information, and the person he's getting information is his highest self.
Right.
You said this happens by having a very clear connection
to source.
Okay?
To your source.
To your energy. So right. Elon Musk, you notice when he's talking, he's always like, well, and he stops and it kind of comes through these ideas. That's all channeled. All the best writing, all the things that have evolved society to higher and better form are channeled energy. Bodies of light will plug you into your higher self in less than 13 minutes, will plug you into new ideas, will plug you into your best life, will activate your bioenergetic field to attract your best life, repel your worst life. And this should already be out to millions of people, but people were deluded and confused and worrying about keeping up with the Kardashians or angry or shamey or...
It's all okay.
It's okay.
It's just not the best way. So we're here to tell you the better way, which is light and love and forgiveness. It's so simple. And
Lightworkers International, and I'm going to give you little teasers, so I just want you to like and subscribe. Lightworkers International is the study and practice of enlightenment in all major religions, including humanism. And so what that is, and it's coming in the future, is understanding spiritual concepts and concepts that bring us together, and social concepts, and things that make our lives better. From a physical, spiritual, mental, chemical. Remember, we're looking at systems and holism, that we're not separated. We're not like a clock with all separate parts. We understand from a quantum perspective that you can think of something and affect the quantum nature of a particle. See, you are more powerful than you ever imagined.
You'd be amazed at who you really are.
And you'll find that out doing Bodies of Light. You'll find that.
So the place to start is to find someone and do this. You'll be amazed.
I love me, I hate me. So feel the difference of strong and weak.
It works on everyone. You can pick anybody.
But you want to do Bodies of Light because you...
And then go to the website, either bodiesoflight.net or my website, cynthiasiegel.com. There's Bodies of Light on both of those websites. You can download it and say it and feel your energy raise, and then follow on our next videos to get the next steps.
And she has the Goddess Edition, the Light of Goddess. Right. You have the Light of the Universe that you get for free when you sign up at bodiesoflight.net. Right. CynthiaSiegel.com has the Light of Goddess. Now you understand that when we have these different editions of Bodies of Light, Universe, God, Buddha, Jesus, Allah, Yahweh, Goddess, Krishna, New One's Love or Life, these are the nature of the universe. It doesn't have... It's what you feel connected to, the life force, the creative vibration of all living things. It's what you feel connected to that helps plug you into that.
Right.
This little light inside is something you're igniting within yourself.
Exactly. Plug you, into your light inside, into who you really are, into your connection, so that you start channeling amazing things that make this planet better now.
And also we say more of you, I say a lot, flowing through you, and everything you be, do, and have is a good thing. It's all about flow. It's all about, like acupuncture. You're opening up all these stuck flows that you have that are keeping you back, that are making you unhappy, that are making you sick, that are making you sad. You can go to bodiesoflight.net. You can say it right now, right?
Or cynthiasiegel.com. The links are down below. Just click on the links. I'm going to challenge you to say Bodies of Light 3 times a day for 1 month. That's your challenge. If from either website. And notice if everything in your life doesn't get better.
Because when you raise your vibration, you understand people try to move to another state or another city and they think their life is going to get better, and it isn't. Because your life is at the vibration that it is. Everything you eat, everything you think, everything you do, that is the vibration of your life. You can change your life this very second by changing you, by raising your vibration, by raising your love, raising your light, raising your hope, raising your peace, raising that inner peace. That changes everything.
And that's what I tell my clients. It's like sitting in a classroom and you have the answer to the question. But if you don't put up your hand, if you don't raise your vibration, the teacher can't call on you to give you the additional information.
And you have to be open, you have to be clear enough and peaceful enough to allow divine ideas, divine thought, positive thinking to come through.
Mm-hmm. And that's what we do with our clients. We lead them step by step, gently. It's gentle, easy work. It's work into their best life, simply by saying Bodies of Light, and then learning testing, which is a future video, and we have videos already on our website.
Yeah, and we also have introduction for $100. You get an introduction to Cynthia has Girl Power, and I do the Bodies of Light session for $100. We'll start teaching you, getting you started. We have the intro sessions that we do over the phone. And so we're here to help you. And you can get the book at bodiesoflight.net. It goes to Amazon. Get the physical book and you get the Kindle Match for free. And so actually I'm going to you stay here, I'm going to get the book. So here it is.
Yay.
This is where all the fuss is at. It's a lot of information. It's kind of like the Cliff Notes of Enlightenment, of 1,000 books made simple and easy so anyone can do it, with references in the back.
If you're the type that wants to read about it, go here. This is an amazing book, truly. And if you want to experience it now, go to our websites and say Bodies of Light.
Because there is no other time other than now.
There is only now.
Now is the only time for you to turn your life around, to plug into light and love, to get what you want, to get your best life. Now. There's no other time to do it.
And you taught me something. The expression happily ever after. The first time I heard that, I asked, after what? What has to happen so that I can be happy? So all these people saying happily ever after, are you really considering what you're saying? Words are so important. So it's not happily ever after something happens, I'll be happy when. It's, as you said, happily ever now. So it's happily ever now. Create your life to be happy now, loving now, supportive now. Your best life can only happen now. There is no other time.
Yeah. We love you.
We really love you.
Peace, love, and light.
Bye now.
Ciao. See you soon.